pop science and pop nonfiction with the ancient astronaut stuff, we're always referring to the Anunnaki as being the ancient astronauts who came here and did everything. I'd just like to hear your comments on that.
Well, that's another whole thing, of course. I have read the Suzuki books and stuff, of course, about the Anunnaki. I mean, it's, I love science fiction, and this is fascinating. It doesn't actually make a lot of sense, and serious archaeologists have commented quite often, and not quite very quietly, that Suzuki's translations are completely bogus on many levels, as are those of Churchward and many of these other people that do that. We're kind of getting into that sort of place of Joseph Smith interpreting, Phoenician bills of lading for the whole Book of Mormon. You get that kind of stuff. So it's always about the translation issue. I find the stories fascinating, but the assumptions that are laid out in these simply don't actually work. And the actual information that's given in those, if you actually compare, just talk to somebody else, get an extra opinion on this stuff, on academic and scholarly opinion. I don't have time to totally deal with the whole Anunnaki mythos. Like I said, it's great science fiction. I enjoy it. And I'm not disputing the idea that there may very well have been visitors from elsewhere in our history. I think that there are aspects of human physiology and genealogy and stuff that really look like we've been messed with, at some point in time. There are many of those anomalies, and there are lots of anomalies, and they're fascinating. And we should study these and ask the right questions and see what it comes up with, but be careful about accepting answers. I think it's more important to understand the questions long before we start accepting the answers. And that's about all I can really say about that in this brief time. That would be another whole workshop.
And actually it is. So thank you very much for giving the introduction to a promo. We actually do have a workshop on that tomorrow at 12:30. Hercules Invictus is going to be talking about mythic gods and ancient aliens. So you can come, with your little sleuthing hat and microscope and make sure you're, using your sense with that, but also it is fun to think about. So, hopefully we'll have a good time with Hercules tomorrow about that.
Excellent. Wonderful. Well, thank you all for attending this, and maybe I'll see some of you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much. And we were delighted to have you as our guest. So many blessings to you, Oberon.
Should be.
All right. We're going to take a little